Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the question and answer period with Lonnie Southall. He agreed to come back for a little bit more time, and we're very grateful for that. Thank you, Lonnie. And so we thought there was a few questions that we didn't get to. You know, that hour flies by, and so there was a couple questions that we didn't get to. Tater, you were talking about asking him something.
Yeah. Well, if one thing, Lonnie, is great to see you. It's been a little bit, and I'm glad you're safe and healthy and everything's going all right in this time. But you touched about other incomes, and I think you're always thinking about other ways to make money all the time. But I wanted to give my brother's keeper MBK. We wanted to give them a little time here because we didn't have a ton of time with as much as we thought, and that was kind of the focus of it. But you don't just do concert security. I know you have many other avenues of protection programs you do, and let's just talk about those a bit and how you got maybe switched over to the other sides of it.
Oh, okay, no problem. So, there's been a lot of protests and stuff, things of that nature in America. So, we have clients who we provide residential protectors for already, who like own property in like Beverly Hills, Atlanta, different stuff like that. So we've been providing security, to protect their assets at different property and things of that nature. So yeah, that's another way. And it also, like, what we like to do is say, like, you have kids who start a band, things of that nature, right? And they'll pay us for, they can't afford security, but they want to make sure that their liability is protected and stuff like that. So they'll reach out to us, and we set up their pass systems and things they might need, and security, their security rider and stuff like that. So it's just it's so many different ways, because like they can't afford to take security, but they can still be protected and covered. So we do the advances and stuff for them from our location, and send it out to the buildings and stuff like that. And when they have like the tour manager, when they get there, just go over the security meeting and have the building sign off on it. That helps protect them, in case of something happen.
But
So you're like
you've drawn it all up though for them.
Yes, absolutely.
you're like a
Interesting. Well,
security
wow.
consultant then at that point, right?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Wow,
So
very interesting. So
Tater and I,
the younger bands they know they need that because it's got to be risk assessment, right? And they've got to cut that down, insurance purpose and all that stuff. So they
right.
call you. You can do everything from the passes to
Yes,
the
we
risk
do everything.
assessment, all that.
We can do
Okay,
the risk
interesting. I had
assessment.
no
We
idea.
can even reach out to the venue itself and do the advance, like, hey, this band is coming. They need a guy on the dress room, this, that, and the other. Tell them what they need, and then when the tour manager get there, he'll just meet with the building, and he'll just reiterate the things that we already put in place. Because usually a new young band have a new young tour manager. So, we'll do all that for you to, take and it's good for the venue, because the venue know they're dealing with a professional company, and the new band, they don't know what to ask for, what they're
Yeah.
looking for, or what to expect. So it alleviates a lot of headache from, everybody.
So you're helping these younger tour managers and tour managers slash whatever one or two other jobs they're doing. You grow with them and keep them as a client as that band gets bigger and hopefully
Absolutely.
evolves not only with the band but with that person, right? It's help
Absolutely.
them grow also. That's fantastic. Love to hear that.
Right. And grow the right way. Because sometimes, people don't come get security until they get sued, or, stuff like that. So you start them out the right way of, protecting their liability. So
Tater
there
and I
you
have
have
been trying to figure out for years how to be sound consultants instead of. I mean, I don't know if I want to stay at home anymore. I would definitely want to go on
Yeah.
the road right now. But when we were touring the world all the time, that was something we dreamed of. But
I
maybe we'll figure
mean,
that out. I don't
come on, you the wizard, baby. You the one that
know.
only. I want you to come make me sound angelic.
Oh man, thank you. It's awesome. Um, One other question. How do you balance your family with work? You're gone most of the year, like most of our guests. We like to ask how you manage that, because we get so many different ways that people are able to work in this industry and still manage to have a family at home. And you seem like you've handled that pretty well. What's your secret?
in all actuality, I'm the worst when it comes to that. I think that's I just wanted, like, I have two daughters. I was married once before. I ended up getting divorced in like a year. And I love my wife, but it was just I couldn't find the balance of because I'm in love with my job. Not only love my job, but I'm in love with my job, and I'm conflicted. But I want to be the best possible father I can be, but it's still learning. Like I'm still learning those things and how to. I'm always consciously trying to be like, a better father to my daughter. So it's one of them things like, and that's why, different guys, like I see what, how Joe Foreman handled his daughters and how Jim always did it. Guys who got family, like Joe Sanchez, I always observe those guys and, try to see what they're doing and try to implement it into my life. But that's damn sure if I can improve in one thing or one thing that, my kryptonite is definitely that, because I get caught on the hamster wheel sometimes, and I'm thinking about advance, I'm thinking about safety, I'm thinking about, making it home safe, Tater making it home safe, the guys on the tour, and there's so many other things you have to worry about, and it's like, you feel like, okay, you paying for these, you paying for your family, they financially, set, but it's more to it than that, So I'm still trying to figure that part out myself.
Do you have any advice, any follow-up to that of like what not to do? Like what are some pitfalls that you made that you would say to a roadie, like, don't do this? Or
never stop communicating, like, and that's my problem. Like, and see, sometimes the people at home, they think we're on a vacation for some reason, in their head, they just assume, like, oh, these out here, they have these concerts and they're partying, and but we're not partying. No. And the thing is, it's that misconception. So, but I would never stop communicating, and that's my problem. Is I get to a point where I just shut down, because I need to focus on where I'm at now. And like you said, Ariana Grande just got bombed yesterday. And I have the crew, they want to know they safe. The crew wives, want to know that their family is safe. And I can't be worried about, like, minute things, which is minute to me compared to life or death, but it might be major to that person in their life at that moment. So it's just, but it's being able to communicate, like, I love you or whatever the case may be, but right now is not the time to discuss this. Give me a little space and I'll come back. I'll circle back and, break it all down for you. And that's what I would say. Just keep communicating, like, because a lot of times what we do is we go through so much, we just shut down and be like, I'll deal with this later. And that's, that creates a devil's workshop. I don't mind as a devil workshop. Now that person at home thinking, whatever the hell that does, making up these stories and these movies in their head of what's going on, and it's not true. But it starts with us.
Yeah, I think it takes a special person to be a spouse of a roadie. They have to have their own kind of thing going on. I truly believe that my spouse, she's number one. But man, there are times where I'm like, the job is coming first right now, and so it takes someone that's very secure in their own self to say, okay, I know he's putting the job ahead of me right now, but I also know that, he loves me, or, whatever that is. So it takes a special person. And unfortunately, I don't know what the statistics are, but there's, 70% of the people out on the road, end up, in some sort of divorce or whatever, because it's a hard thing to pull off,
Yeah, I guarantee it's more than that, but yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Like 98%?
That's probably closer than 70.
Well, yeah. But there's people that make it work, and there's people that have families. Even in divorce, you're still, like Lonnie, you said, you're still close with your daughters, and and so you have to do whatever you have to do. Tater, you got anything else?
No, how can everybody find My Brother's Keeper MBK on? You got an internet website?
Yeah, it's www.mybk mybkinc.com,
Inc.com.
or they can go to MBK Protection on Instagram and look us up.
Fantastic. Cool. Especially now that I know you're doing the baby band stuff and all that kind of stuff, and get that out there in case they want to contact you.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely, like, again, man, that's where I'm passionate about. I'm definitely want to get these young guys whipped into shape so when they get to the big arenas, they know what not to do, and they have that tutelage to know, like, okay, like, I can't do that. And it's just being professional, you know, getting that respect. You know, like, you want to go in there and people already respect you until, you know, because these arenas talk. So if you go and do some dumb shit and, you know, Anaheim,
right.
You do some dumb shit in Anaheim, they gonna know in Austin, Texas, but tomorrow what you did.
That's true.
It's really, that's what it is.
Especially how fast social media is. It's like ridiculous.
Oh, man.
You know,
social media is the devil.
It is, isn't it? We can't get away with anything.
Yeah, it's definitely the devil, but it's, you know, it's definitely a blessing and a curse. So
right on. Well, hey, listen, you know, much success, Lonnie. We love you, and thank you for doing this and taking your valuable time to come talk to us and share your knowledge with all of our peeps out there. And so, man, you know, we hope to see you soon when we can see you in person. Don't know when that's going to be, but.
Absolutely, man. I love you guys too. And, man, if you guys need anything, man, don't hesitate to reach out.
Appreciate it, Lonnie.
All right,
man.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.